AITA My classmate saved goldfish by releasing them into the ocean. I called her a dumbass. My classmate recently made a TikTok and she showed a group of people at lunchtime They were next to our table, so I overheard the girl say, "Hey, look at my TikTok I made, come check it out," and in it she explains how she rescued goldfish from the pet store and released them into the ocean so they can live free. I was horrified upon hearing this. I love fish and have several aquariums, so I'm fairly knowledgeable on them. I walk over and I ask her to show me the video and I face palmed. She asked me why and I said, "You realize you're actually a dumbass, right? This is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen." Her friend says, "Well, that's just rude. Why would you say that?" Because she cares. To which I had to explain that goldfish are freshwater fish, they can't survive the ocean because it's saltwater, so all of those goldfish were dead in minutes. They basically choked to death as salt filled up their gills.
Lastly, you never release animals into the wild. There are goldfish that are destroying our rivers and lakes because of dumbasses like her. They say that I'm a bully and walk away. I later get called into the principal's office, who told me I was expected to apologize, and I said no, I stand by what I said. Fuck ignorant people who destroy the environment. My parents were called over and I got sent home, and my parents are pissed I refused to apologize. I might get suspended.
NDA, but a different approach might be more effective. Ask questions. Did you know that goldfish are freshwater fish? Do you understand what happens to freshwater fish when they are released into saltwater? Lead her to her own dumbassery.
ESH. I stand by what I said. You need to learn how to say important things calmly and without insults. People are more likely to listen to you, and less likely to accuse you of being a bully.
NTA. You're 100% right on both counts. That would have been a pretty awful death for the goldfish, and yeah, releasing captive bred animals into the wild usually either results in that animal dying or local flora and fauna suddenly having to compete with an invasive species. She meant well, but that stark reality check on your part was definitely warranted.
ESH. This is. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Your classmate sucks here for not realizing that her actions are less than intelligent and should inform herself about an animal's needs before doing something like this. However, insulting someone over this out of nowhere isn't good behavior on your side either. No one is going to listen to your reasons if you insult them.
Never lead with the insult. No matter how justifiable it is. Explaining facts without launching with the dumbass part might have actually given her pause to consider her actions in the future. Instead, you insulted her, which threw up a wall, and no matter how accurate your statement on her actions, no facts will get through. She sucks for all the obvious reasons. And the school, too, sucks if they're going to suspend you for not apologizing while also not actually educating their students well enough to understand this sort of activism does more harm than good.
ESH, to quote the dude. You're not wrong, you're just an asshole. Your classmate is a well-meaning idiot. You seem more interested in being superior than in getting her to stop causing damage.
Factually, you are 100% correct, and your classmates did nothing to help those animals. On the other hand, the way you told them that pretty much guaranteed that they wouldn't listen to what you said or have any chance of being convinced. Your heart may be in the right place, but your mouth is so very much in the wrong place. You were completely right about what you said. However, calling her a dumbass is where you are the asshole. She's obviously not the sharpest knife in the drawer, and she is also the asshole for what she did. But you could have simply informed her of her mistake. An example. Hey, I don't know if you knew, but goldfish are freshwater fish. The ocean is full of saltwater. So you actually just killed all those fish. Instead, you called her a dumbass in front of all her friends and humiliated her.
Yes, I am aware she would have gotten humiliated on TikTok anyway, but she didn't need your help for that. You bullied her.
Tempted to go ESH. But I'm voting YTA. Also, you missed a huge opportunity here, dude. Obviously you're right. But it isn't okay to just go up to someone and call them a dumbass. Praise in public. Criticize in private. Then, if the societally harmful behavior doesn't stop, publicly shaming becomes an option. You jumped straight into public shaming before giving her a chance to correct her seemingly well-intentioned mistake. Also, get real. It's not like you've never done anything stupid before. How would you like it if someone started publicly calling you a dumbass in person, when they could have just taken you aside privately? As for the missed opportunity, why the fuck didn't you just DM her or talk to her privately in a kind and respectful way? You would have gained huge cool points with this person had you done that. Think about it from her point of view. She posts something publicly hoping to get likes and attention from it. You tell her why it's a problem. She realizes that she's done something incredibly stupid in a very public forum. And now there's a risk that everyone figures out how dumb she's been. But because you came along, she can take down the video or apologize before word gets out. And the potential for public humiliation disappears. She probably would have been incredibly grateful to you. Don't get pissed off next time. Think about what you can do to be useful. Also, for the record, I too am an aquarium person and would have been very upset had I seen this. Edit. Thanks for the awards. You handled this horribly. You know what the best way is to get someone to shut down, refuse to listen and learn is? By belittling them with zero tact. YTA. You may be right on the issue, but that does not entitle you to be abusive to another. People are ignorant of the facts sometimes. Education is the remedy. No one comes out of the womb knowing that fact about goldfish. Except maybe goldfish. People who know about it have learned about it at some point. The fact that you learned it before her doesn't mean that you are therefore allowed to verbally abuse her. If you came across someone who corrected you on some fact, would you be okay with them calling you names as they corrected you? YTA. In the words of Lebowski, you're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole. Being factually correct, which you were, doesn't mean you behaved correctly. You didn't. You inserted yourself into a conversation that didn't involve you for the express purpose of belittling and degrading someone else. You can gently correct someone's incorrect understanding without hurling invective at them and going out of your way to make them feel small. Edited to add. I just wanted to clarify. It is important for this girl to know that she shouldn't do this in the future. But you can't come in hot to a conversation that doesn't involve you and start berating someone like this. It would be different if the girl was bragging, laughing about intentionally torturing goldfish. But she was acting out of ignorance, not malice. Pulling her quietly to the side to let her know this isn't a good idea, or even very gently correcting her in front of the others would have been the right approach here, and likely would have produced better results. Learning kindness and diplomacy now will take you far in life. I mean, clearly she didn't know. You realize you're a dumbass, right? Like, damn dude, you can't just say that to people. Her friends were right, that is fucking rude. But she was also ignorant and didn't save anything, so. You are correct, but you handled it poorly. And those saying NTA are using you being factually correct as an excuse for you to be a complete dick. Yes, she was ignorant and wrong, but your reaction was not okay in the slightest. Education and sharing knowledge goes a lot farther than calling people names and yelling at them. She didn't do it to hurt the fish. She did it because she thought she was helping. Maybe you could try and help her realize her mistake. Your schoolmate is an A for liberating the goldfish. You are an asshole for being, well, a complete asshole about explaining it. If you would have done so without the swearing and insulting, you wouldn't have been called to the principal's office and you wouldn't have been sent home. There are two parts when you want to tell someone they did something wrong. The first is the message itself. Your message was fine. You hit all the important points. And I woulda said the same thing. The second is the context in which you provide the message. In this case, the context is a school setting, where being extremely rude and insulting to a classmate is almost 100% going to have severe consequences on the messenger. Anyone liberating animals is an idiot. Every couple of years people would come to the county fair and open up chicken cages to set them free. You may not know this about chickens, but most are dumb to a fault. Dead instantly to any predator capable of walking up to them and grabbing them like we would a frozen chicken breast at the supermarket. Because your execution was poor. Should have just said that goldfish or freshwater ocean kills them, then called it a day. Calling them idiots, though they certainly are, isn't helpful. Here is a helpful skill to learn young. You can call people morons all day long in your head, but keep it there. The moment it slips out your lips, people won't like you and it'll lose you job opportunities. What happens when you're in a job interview and the person interviewing you has no idea what they're talking about? You going to call them an idiot, speak to them like they're 5, and get denied the job? Another vital skill is apologizing even when you're right. It sucks. You don't have to really mean it. Just sound convincing. But 9/10 times it's the easiest solution to any problem. Also, I feel like we're missing a part to this story. Why is the principal getting involved with kids calling each other idiots and demanding apologies? I've only been out of high school for 10 years and I can't imagine that ever happening. Also, a suspension for only calling someone an idiot? What are we missing here? What part of the story is omitting? Just 'cause you're right doesn't mean you didn't say it like an asshole. If you calmly said, you know those are freshwater fish, right? They can't live in saltwater. I'm sure she would have been much more receptive to you than calling her a dunbase and shouting at her. She is indeed a dumbass for releasing goldfish in salt water, and possibly an A for escalating it to the principal. But you barged in on someone else's conversation and called her a dumbass. Sure, it's true, but it is rude. It really does read like something a 15-year-old would do. Next time, don't insult someone directly. Just explain why their actions are wrong without attacking their personality. Furthermore, I would like to know exactly what the conversation with the principal was like and what he told your parents. I might be wrong, but I feel like some info is lacking or at the very least biased. YTA. You are so much the asshole and I can't believe all the NTA judgments. Inform her. Help her be better. Don't be a dick. This story really just makes you sound like a big throbbing dick.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.